Hey everybody, welcome back to Swiftlessons for another lead guitar tutorial. As many of you know, I've been an enthusiastic contributor to the Truefire lessons platform, but I've also been a student there. So today, I thought I'd share with you 3 inspiring licks from my fellow Truefire instructors, starting with the legendary Tommy Emmanuel. This first lick is in the key of B flat, and it's taken from his course, Colonel and the Governor, which is a Duets course that you can find on the platform, link down in the description. Let's take a listen. Okay, so that's a lick that immediately caught my ear. Again, it's in the key of B flat. All right, and Tommy's jamming over a jazz blues chord progression where at the end we have these changes. B flat 7, G7, C7, F7, and then back to the 1 chord. But this lick is going to work in a variety of musical situations. Again, it looks and sounds like this. I've got my backing track queued up with the high vibe. And real slow. Okay, so mixing a couple of different positions there. We're starting off visualizing the B flat dominant 7 chord shape. Here's its barred form. Frets 6, 8, 6 with a bar, 7, 6, 6. Overlapping with that chord shape, we have the minor blues scale. And also the major pentatonic. All right, mix and match those 2 scales together with the chord tones for endless possibilities loaded with major flavor. Okay, so the lick is going to start off with this cool little phrase right there inside that box. Okay, so we're starting off 8th fret of the B string, slight bend on fret number 6 of the G, stacking 8, 8, then going down major pentatonic note here, 5th fret, and then back to the root note. Okay, so now you can decide if you want to stack with 2 fingers or 1. It could be, or, all right, the choice is yours. All right, now, the second part of the lick, he's going to change positions. All right, here I'm picturing the B flat major chord played both in its D shape and also the C shape. Overlapping with that chord, we have the B flat major pentatonic scale, and also the BB's box position. Right here is our root note, and right here is BB's box. Whenever you learn a new lick, you want to try to attach it to some soloing boxes and also your caged chord shapes. That's just going to allow you to memorize it and implement it a lot better. Okay, so this part of the lick one more time. Starts on the root note, 8th fret. All right, 10 sliding up to 12. Then we're gonna have 10, 12, 11 on the B, and then 10 on the high E. Stop there and practice. All right, then we're going to chromatic walk up the high E string. All right, 11, 12. Bend that 12th fret high E string up, return, and then find yourself the root note on the 11th fret of the B string. So, all right, you put those 2 ideas together and we have and at full speed. Okay, very good everybody. Now moving on to lick number 2. This one comes from a very popular instructor named Scott Sharrard and his course Solo Acoustic Roots. Let's take a listen. Okay, so this is a flashy end-in phrase that you can use to close up shop on a blues performance. He's starting off walking his way up to an E9 chord shape. Open E string. Then we have frets 7, 6, 7, 7, 7, barring with the ring finger. An essential blues chord. Now I'm going to picture the E major chord played in its barred shape or A-shaped position. Okay, overlapping with that chord shape, we have this great lick. At full speed, it sounds like this. Alright, it's going to take time to get the speed. But he's sliding up to fret 9 of the high E, down to 7. Then on the B string, he's going to play 9, then a hammer pull. Alright, that was 7, 9, 7. Do the same thing on the G string. Then on the D string, walk down. 9, 7, 6. Now you find yourself on the major third of that E9 chord shape. Put all that together, and we have. Alright, practice it nice and slow. And gradually build the speed. Faster still. And alright, with enough repetition, it's gonna come. The speed always comes last. Okay, beautifully done everybody. You've got 2 classic licks down. Now let's jump into a third for your day of practice. This one comes from David Hamburger and his fantastic course called Fingerstyle Blues Factory. Let's take a listen. Okay, so we got some super old school Delta blues style stuff right there. I'm gonna simplify it just a little bit for hybrid picking. And as I was practicing this lick, I realized that we can use it as a turnaround. So we could play it something like this. B7. A7. And David's lick. Okay, so that's pretty cool. I started off with that B to A7 walk. Bass, down, up, 2, 1, oh, A7. And then we throw in David's lick here. Let's learn this part first. Alright, so I struck the low E string, then slid 9 and 9, G and high E string, down to 7. Then a slight bend on the 8th fret of the B string. That's what we call that famous train whistle effect that we hear in so much of that classic blues style stuff. Then we're just gonna play E, B, open. Now we're going down to the minor blues scale. Alright, adding in the major third. So that was 3, 2, 0, 2, 0, 1. Alright, which we can pair with the open E string. Okay, put all that together and we have. Alright, and if you like, you can walk up to the B7 chord to signal to your listener that the chord progression is starting over again. 0, 1, 2, strum. Alright, and one more time. For a fantastic lick from David Hamburger. Alright friends, thanks so much for checking out this licks lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. And be sure to follow the links in the description so that way you can enjoy these great courses on the Truefire platform. Until next time, this is Rob coming at you from the Jersey Shore saying happy picking.